and welcome back to Mrs. G's Living. If you're new to this channel, I am Mrs. G's Living. In today's video, I provide you with some beauty hacks and essential that will get you through these hot summer months, because let's be honest, sometimes the summer can be unbearable. So if I can provide you with any hints, tricks, or hacks to get you through these months feeling fantastic, feeling beautiful, I'm definitely going to provide them for you. So the first hack that I would recommend if you want to wake up ready and be out the door in regards to your beauty, I find it helpful that I typically pencil in my eyebrows, and during the summer that's just not an option because it's always hot and I'm always sweating. So what I typically do is during the summer, I will tint or dye my eyebrows. Now you can either dye your eyebrows with a box dye, or I used to use Just for Men, but I realized the cost per purchasing that was equivalent to just buying a full size hair dye. So you can use a hair dye. My preference though would be this makeup tattoo. So this is a makeup tattoo eyebrow gel that you leave on your eyes. Now I leave it on for a few hours and it helps to tint my eyes and gives it a darker shade. So for those girlies or guys with less eyebrow hair and that want to wake up refreshed and don't want to have to fill in your eyebrows for the summer, definitely a tattoo eyebrow gel. I leave it in while I'm cleaning up the house. I'll leave it on and then I'll peel it off, and voila, I have eyebrows that I don't have to fill in for the summer. My second hack would be is that during the summer it is hot and most of us are, I don't know if you're like me, I commute to the city. So, in the subway, I am always sweating. So what I would recommend for you to get is these portable fans, but not only a portable fan, sometimes a mist. So this is the Rose Instant Hydration Mist, and this portable fan keeps you cool if you are in hot spaces. It goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just amazing. And with that, I also carry a travel size mist to kind of spritz my face when I need that extra cooling effect, when I need for my face to kind of calm down because it's hot and sometimes inflamed. This is a great combination. Next, I would recommend is that during the summer, I always walk around with wipes. Now you can find the travel size to wipes. I walk around with wipes because I am always sweating, and sometimes I may not be near a bathroom to kind of sanitize my hands or just to wipe the sweat off my arms. So I definitely walk around with wipes to just keep it fresh. And also sometimes when you need to use the bathroom and you've been sweating everywhere, wipes are my go-to for the summer. So next, I would also recommend, now usually during the summer, I minimize my skincare routine. And if you are like me that suffer from hyperpigmentation, the summer is a good and bad season. Meaning that I love that the summer tends to even out my skin. So I always say I have 5 shades or 5 hues. But during the summer, my skin tends to be one hue. However, I still suffer from hyperpigmentation and I don't want to wear a full face of makeup because it's pointless, because I'm just going to sweat it out. So what I typically do during the summer is I will spot treat, meaning spot conceal. So what I typically do and what I would recommend for you to do is find a full coverage foundation or concealer that is your summer color. And for the hyperpigmentation, just spot and conceal. Like right now, I don't have a full face of makeup. It may look like I have a full face of makeup, but in all honesty, I just spot and concealed any dark spots I have on my face. Now, it's not my whole face. I have recent dark spots that are darker than others. So I'll just go in with the concealer or a full coverage foundation and just, even out my skin a little bit more and just leave it at that. So it's not a full coverage makeup routine, but it's covering the areas I may feel that need to be covered, or I may feel somewhat insecure about. So the next tip that I would recommend staying on skincare is that typically during the summer, I don't have 5 to 6 steps like I would over the winter. And I tend to not use serum over the summer because it's just another layer of products I have to put on my face. So I keep it simple. If you suffer from hyperpigmentation, I would definitely recommend, and I'm not sponsored, but this is what I use. I would definitely recommend a facial cleanser that specifically helps with dark spot. So this is Palmer Skin Success. It's dark spot correcting facial cleanse. So while I'm washing my face, it has the properties and ingredients to help with dark spots, since I'm not using a serum or I'm not using a specific cream or dark spot corrector. So one, I would also recommend toners that specifically deal with dark spot. So one toner that I use is Pharmacy. It's the Brighten Up 3%. It is a dark spot toner. Or at night, so I usually use this in the morning, and then at night I will use this, I believe this is a Korean brand, JIYU. It's a skin cell renewal and rejuvenation toning and brightening face pads. I use this, and then my third step would be to use a moisturizer that has an SPF in it, so that, when you're out here in the sun can make your dark spots darker. So you definitely want to protect your dark spots from getting darker by using some type of SPF. I use the Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has an SPF moisturizer that I use. It is clear liquid and it's just so lightweight. So during the summer, all I want to do, I don't want to have a lot of skincare products. I want just 1, 2, or 3 steps, and those are my 3 steps. So the next hack that I would recommend is that typically during the summer, I don't use the same body wash or bath care during the summer because I feel like I am very sticky. My skin needs extra TLC. So for me, how I shower is I still use a soap, a bar soap, but I also use a liquid shower gel. And one of those has to have antibacterial. So currently I have the Dove antibacterial body wash, and then I use the regular Dove soap or an Ivory soap. So I need something that is going to strip my skin and not add a layer of moisture to my skin. And I find that antibacterial soap, whether there's bar soap or liquid soap, does the trick for me, and it makes me feel so refreshed and clean. I do not feel still icky after I get out of the shower, because I know some people, some bars of soap, some leaves you moisturized and you still feel that grime that's still on your skin even after you take the shower, which should not be the case. My last recommendation would be, so the girlies especially, this is specifically for Black women, I have been hearing, what hairstyles are you wearing for the summer? Well, I am just going to be frank with you. I switch off between glueless wigs, and during the summer I just can't. I'm one of the girls that sweat in my head, so I cannot wear any kind of wig on top of my head. I envy you girls that can do it, but I cannot. What I have been finding that is great for the summer is this braid sew-in 2-in-1. So I actually did a tutorial on how I achieved this, but it feels so great waking up in the morning and not having to think about your hair. All I do is when I go to night, I put these in 2 plaits, and in the morning, I just take the plaits out, and that's pretty much it. I'm ready to go. I forgot how it felt to actually wake up and just be ready and not have to plop a wig on my head, not to curl it, not to do anything. So if you're looking for a low maintenance style, I would suggest the braids and sew-in, the boho braids or the braids to cover your leave out, so your leave out is not fried, and the sew-in. I haven't done a sew-in since 2010, and the reason that I know that is 2010 is when I went natural, and when I actually started buying glueless wigs. And once I started buying glueless wigs, I didn't see the point in no longer doing sew-ins. So I'm actually glad that sew-ins came back in. And when I say it has been a lifesaver, and I forgot how convenient it is to have, first of all, typically with sew-ins, no more than 2 hours to get it done. To do the braids, no more than maybe 30 minutes because it's a little leave out, right? Compared to boho braids, that's probably gonna 7-8 hours. No, this is much more a convenient style for you. And I told myself once I take these out, I'm gonna actually do a bob the next time around, or I may just even cut these into a bob. But if you are looking for a get out the door, I want to join my summer, a great style for swimming, because I plan on going swimming and just washing my hair, because if this is a sew-in, this is not a glue-in, washing my hair and going about my business, I would recommend the braid plus sew-in, and I will link the tutorial somewhere up here. And so these are my hacks, my recommendations, my essentials for this summer. If you want a part 2, please let me know. I'm Mrs. G from Mrs. G's Living. Peace. We are out. And hopefully you found this helpful. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.